Good morning guys, welcome back to a brand new video. You might be able to hear the chainsaws behind me in the forest. That is because today I've hired a team of 5 guys to help me clear the trails because I need things speeded up a little bit. Access is really important through the forest at the moment with all of the water tanks and infrastructure that I'm fixing, and I was up super early this morning, but it's gonna be a really good day.
This old engine's running cold. The red sun's finally going down. At least we can still see the road.
So it's now been a couple of hours since they all started in the forest area, and already in the distance I can see that there's been a lot of progress. So I'm going to go up there now and check how they're getting on. So I've asked the guys to cut the debris down into manageable sizes, so I've got piles that I can chip, but also, as you can see here, I've got piles and piles of firewood ready to go. So I'm now on one of the main trails and it's looking so much better and so much clearer. The forest just looks so much smarter as well once it's all clean. When I did the 400 meters of track from the house up to where the water tanks are, things just looked immediately so much better. So now I've got 5 guys working really quickly. Things are really changing drastically and fast. So I'm just walking down the track by that old house that I found, you know, at the top of the mountain. I found that old building recently. There's a trail that goes all the way to it. I didn't even know this trail was here, so we're cleaning all of this trail and you can see the carnage behind me. There is a lot of branches. I am not going to go short of firewood, but I see a lot of chipping on the horizon. So it's just after lunchtime now and things are moving forward so quickly. We've achieved a lot today already and there's still a good couple of hours to go. To my left, I've got a guy with a strimmer. He's got a brush cutting blade, so he's mulching all of the dead and burnt broom down on the trail. You can see behind me now, it's really nice and easy to walk up. And then to my right, there's 3 guys. There's 3 with chainsaws, and then there's 1 guy who's piling all of the debris to the side of the road, piled up, ready for chipping. But I'm so excited. I know I keep saying it, but this is a huge improvement, and to do this on my own would have took many weeks. So to get 5 guys in for 1 day, it's well worth the money.
Give me one reason, give me one reason to turn back now. Give me one reason, give me one reason to turn back now.
So obviously with a property this size, I can't do everything myself. It's just not possible, and that is why I've got this team of guys in today to help me clear these trails. And throughout the time on this property and in the near future, I'll be doing that again, and maybe down the line I can get volunteers to help me with certain tasks along the way. But one of the things I've learned from running my own company since I was 16 is this fly is annoying me. That's one of the things I've learned. But another thing I've learned is it's really important to delegate tasks to other people to achieve a bigger goal. So basically these guys can continue clearing the brush and clearing the trails, and my time is better suited fixing the water source and getting the water connected to the house as well as the electricity. Squarespace is a fantastic all-in-one online platform which enables you to build and create your very own website. Whether you're setting up a brand new business, want a space to host a blog, portfolio, or anything in between, you can start off by choosing one of their numerous templates, getting your new website up and running in no time. The templates are all completely customizable, so you can change fonts, imagery, and margins with the built-in style kit. Real-time changes are available to preview on desktop, mobile, and tablet. You can even create a logo for your brand with their free logo maker. Squarespace makes it incredibly easy to even set up your own domain from their platform, giving you a professional web address without any hassle. We highly recommend Squarespace and are so happy that we're able to give you a 14-day free trial and 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain using code IndieProjects, or by clicking the link in our description. So today is a new day, and yesterday I had the guys here cleaning all of the trails, and they achieved everything that I wanted them to. There's still a lot of clearing on the land and the trails to do, but it will all happen in due course. But today I'm leaving the clearing and I've got a job to get on with further up the mountain. So I'm now just on my way up the mountain basically. I'm walking along the pavement that wraps around the lake. And I just love this view, looking back over the lake at the house. I cannot wait until this is just full of water and we are swimming in here in the summer. It's going to be absolutely incredible. But there's obviously still some trimming to be done as I push this branch out the way. But where I'm heading to is just up here. There's a trail that runs all the way up that's now cleared, so I can walk up there nice and freely. So the road splits just here, and this takes you down to the football pitch area. But I'm gonna go left and walk up into the forest trail. It's just such a lovely walk. And now it's clear. It makes life so much easier for walking and for driving. It's still a little bit tight for driving. I do need to clear all of the debris that's been piled up along the side of the road. But I will get there in the end. Things just take time, you know. So yeah, I'm just walking up and I'll get to the first gate. The thing I really like is it's all fenced and it's all gated. Obviously in the fire, a lot of the fencing got burnt down, but the gates are metal and they still are intact and perfectly fine. So it's just really useful. So I open this gate and continue up into the forest, and it's just such a beautiful area. I mean, look at this. It would make such an incredible hangout spot or yoga deck in that forest just there. And you can hear I'm struggling for breath already because you won't be able to see on the GoPro, but the incline is really steep. And that is why it was so important to get these trails cleared, because there's only so much walking up and down this mountain you can do realistically in a day. You might be able to hear the stream now. It's just going down here. And this is an overflow at the moment until I fix the water system. It's not actually meant to be flowing down this trail all the time, but it's fine for now until I get everything fixed. But I just love this area. This trail is gorgeous, and it loops back round to the other side of the house. So me and Bee, on an evening or morning, we'll be able to just do a nice loop around this trail with Ginjey Bear, Furrnando, maybe even the chickens and the goats will follow us. It will just be really nice. So I'm just approaching now one of the first bends, and there's two roads that go off here. We can either go off to that secret house that I found recently that I didn't know was there, which is kind of like halfway up the mountain. So it runs up here, but I'm gonna go this way because it's a lot easier, it's less steep, and it goes in the direction of where I actually need it to go. And I'm walking quite quickly right now, and you can see how far everything is from each other. If you guys are interested, let me know in the comments, and I could actually walk from the very bottom of our property and walk all of the trails. Then you could see how long it would take me. I imagine it would take a good couple of hours of straight walking to cover everywhere, maybe even a little bit more because it's so steep. So I'm just going up here. This trail is incredibly steep, and this actually goes to where the water tanks are. So you will have seen me in the last couple of videos working in this area. And again, all the trails loop back into each other, which is really useful. So once the trail's fully cleared, it means that I won't need to turn around or reverse the UTV. I can literally just do the loop and walk around. You can see plenty of firewood on the floor here, and the trail loops back around, and that was the one I said I'm not going to go along. So this is the steep incline that I pushed the water tanks up. So I'm going to head down here, go off piste a little bit, and head into the valley where the water runs down. Let's see if I can find the best solution to get there. But I think here you can hear the water, and this is just such a magical area, it really is. There's a big dead fallen tree here that I'm definitely going to need to move sooner rather than later, because it will end up just rotting and getting in the way. But look at this, guys, it's stunning. So I'm actually going to walk most of the way up here using the path of the stream because it's just much easier. And there's a fence I need to just duck under and keep going. Because of the flood, you can see we've had all sorts of small landslides. So here you can see all of the root systems of the trees, and this has just been washed away, so it will need sorting in due course. It's such a peaceful, beautiful area. I absolutely love it. Could just sit here for hours listening to the trickling of the stream. So I need to find a way up here now. There is another way around, but I'm pretty sure I can make it. Just. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Oh. Some more fallen trees that I need to clear along the path. We've still got a fair way to go before we reach the actual stream or the spring. So where we're trying to get to is where the actual spring comes out of, the source of the spring. So that's where we're heading, because I need to do some maintenance up here. But to get there, I won't be able to go up here. I have to go up this bank and around because it's a little bit too steep. If I climb up here, holding onto this tree. And get to the source of the spring. And the source of the spring isn't actually, it's not actually at the top of our property. I'd say it's probably about 3/4 down. So once I reach the spring, there's still quite a lot more to walk up to if you were to get to our boundary. It's a big old place, and just gonna walk around this gate and then I should be nearly here. You can see there's a concrete container here, and that's really useful because that's another water source that we have, but all of the pipes burnt, so I need to fix that in due course. But down here is our source of the spring, lovely clean drinking spring water. So I'm at the source of where the spring is, and as you can see behind me, the amount of damage that actually happened during the flood. Above the spring, you can see there's been a pretty big landslide, and all of the earth and the stones that were there supporting that area have just completely washed downstream. So all of the big stones that I'm standing on right now were the retaining wall for this area. They're obviously washed down, and some of the smaller ones I can actually use for now until I can get up here with some sand, cement and some actual blocks to prop this up, because what's happened is this has been washed away in the flood. So you can see here, this is just freestanding. This has got no support whatsoever, and what I'm worried about is in the future, or if we get some more rain, some heavy rain, it could cause this whole system to completely collapse, and then we'd be in real trouble, because then I have to completely rebuild the source of the spring. So I'm going to get to work finding some smaller stones. I'm going to build them up, and then that way I can wedge them under here and it won't go anywhere for the near future. So I've just built the foundation with 2 really big granite stones, but I'm finding lots of this beautiful stuff. This is river stone, and it's almost like a square brick. Really useful for what I need. It's a lot easier if I can get some nice straight edges to work off. So I've nearly completed the task. It looks really nice, but the most important thing is it's functional. What I need to find now is some smaller wedge-shaped stones to just fit in to all of the smaller gaps to make sure it's nice and solid. So that's another good job done, a good temporary fix until I can get back up here with some sand and cement and rebuild that wall properly. But what's been really funny is the comments on the video of the house tour that I did. There's some hilarious conspiracies going around of what happened to the old owners of this property. I actually spoke to them at the weekend. All of the stuff they left, one, they just thought a lot of it would be helpful for us, like all of the cutlery, the plates and pots and pans. That's amazing to inherit that because it's all in great condition. It's going to be really useful. And things like the kids' clothes and stuff like that, they're really busy, hard-working people and they just don't have the time to come and take them things. They just didn't need them anymore. So all of your crazy conspiracies can be put to bed, and it was just a case of they didn't want that stuff anymore. I hope you have enjoyed this video and catch me on the next one for something super exciting.